today about accountability. I was very happy, and how that came about was, I think Tesso saw one of my posts on Instagram, and I was going on about accountability and what that means, and how taking accountability to the highest level, we can actually change our life, and we can actually start to experience some of the results, the desired results that we've been seeking. You know, sometimes we're trying to make changes in our life, or we're trying to transform this, or we're trying to get to the next level, but for various reasons we fall back into the same patterns of behaviour, or we find ourselves meeting the same kind of people that seem to drag us down, or it just seems as though life happens, you know, challenges, obstacles, things just seem to get in the way. And, you know, as a psychotherapist, my job is to kind of help people to kind of self-reflect and go inwards and reclaim some of your power back. Because what could happen is things can happen beyond our control, and we have a choice. We do have a choice. We could either fall under, fall into victim consciousness, into victim mode. Why has this happened? Why is this person doing this to me? Why can't I ever get to where I want to get to? Or we could step back and think, actually, what's going on here? What is this teaching me? What pattern is coming up for me? So a lot of what I do is helping people to kind of be aware of what programs they've got going on in their minds. Now, Cherie mentioned earlier about the psyche and about our unconscious thoughts. So that is my realm. that's kind of where I dwell, in the psyche, all in the unconscious. Because, believe it or not, everything we do, you know, just getting out of bed, making a cup of tea, walking down the road, everything we are doing, we're running on basically our programs, how we're kind of, our brain is wired up, so to speak. So, coming back to accountability then, what does that look like? You know, what does that actually look like? I just want to share what happened to me today, why I was late. So from the start of the day, actually, from the beginning, I had a client session. I do specialist mentoring, so I had a session with her. I get to the room, I get to the university where I was meant to see her, and then follow the normal procedure that I followed last academic year. But then was told, oh no, you're in the wrong place, you need to go over here. Okay, and I'm with the student as well, so now this is eating into our time, we're delayed. But that's fine. I remember saying to her, you know, it's okay. You know, sometimes life can take us on a detour, but we can choose to see it as like an adventure. Oh, we're not meant to be here at this time. Okay, we're meant to flow over here. So anyway, that was fine. We ended up going 10 minutes over and just everything was later, and that was fine. And then I had to get my car MOT today, annoying. So I took it there, managed to get there on time. It failed the MOT. I had to get 4 new tyres, not 1, 4. Yeah, 4. So, you know, again, flowing through life, it's okay, it's fine, you know. I've got the money, I can do it, I can drive, I know I'm driving to London. I live in the Farnham in Surrey, so it's quite far. So I want to be safe, I want to get here in one piece, right? So that was fine. I had to leave the car there for an extra 2 hours, eating into my day. I had everything planned. That didn't, you know, obviously the plan didn't go according to what I thought it was going to. So anyway, still at this time, you know, in probably about 5-6 years ago, I would have been stressing. I'm not going to lie, I would have been annoyed. I've had to pay about £340 for new tyres, you know, I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, and obviously my time. Getting ready to go now. It's okay, I can make up the time, I still can make it about 6:30, that's fine. I see a text message from Surrey University to say that the A3 is closed.
Oh no.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Interesting. So again, I'm just breathing, I'm just flowing, you know, I'm just like, I'm not going to stress because I will get there when I am meant to get there, you
Absolutely.
know. So, still flowing. So I'm going on this detour now. That's probably added on like another hour onto my journey. I'm going on this detour and I'm probably driving a little bit faster than I should be just because, you know, I'm trying to get somewhere, you know, I've got places to go. So anyway, I pull up at this junction and I'm looking right, I'm looking left, you know, there's nothing right, left, there's something, there's a gentleman there and he's kindly letting me go, yay, thank you. I'll check one more time, nothing there, I look and he's like, go, 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 I'm like, okay. So then I go, and then what happens? Bang! I'm like, what? Somebody, out of nowhere, it seems.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, crash. So
Oh my
obviously
God.
I'm happy, my car's all cleaned.
You're tired.
I'm just about, I'm late but I'm not too late. And then, yeah, so car.
Oh, no.
I'm in the middle of the
Can you
road.
imagine?
Happy to reverse back, you know, assess the damage, get out of the car, look at the damage. All of the front panel here is off. And then I look at his car and I think his back tyre was finished completely and just dented in his.
She knew that she had an accident.
Okay, so again, obviously I'm shaken up at this point.
Yeah.
You know, ooh, I've just had an accident, I've just had a car crash. Now what? Am I still going to make it? I'm going to get here. But again, because I've been training myself all these years to kind of stay calm and not go into panic mode like what I would have done back in the day, I would have phoned my mum, dad, I'm stranded, I'm going to go, you know, I would have been all in my feelings. But it's almost as though I was able to take a step back and be in the observer seat. So I can feel, okay, I'm feeling, there's lots of emotions running through me right now, but I don't need to necessarily attach to any of them. I don't have to be in it, you know? Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not in it. So anyway, so I'm still flowing, I get out of the car, hi, are you okay? Because obviously I have to make sure that I'm accountable for myself and the other person as well, because they could be shaken up too, right? So check he's okay, everything's fine, and it so happens that the person that let me go got out of his car to help me, which was very nice. And he says, oh, this Audi, because I drive an Audi, so this Audi is very lucky, it's fine. And I said, oh, okay. He said, yeah, you should picks up the panel, put it back in. He also had white tape in his bag. My car's white. So obviously black tape wouldn't look that good. So he's got white tape.
It sounds like
he
a murderer.
fixed it up. So it sounds...
Yeah.
A murderer? Yeah, oh, that's another option as well. Yeah.
Or an angel.
And anyway, he put white tape on. Yeah. And I was good to go, we exchanged insurance details, and he said, no, you're fine, you should be good. He said, you can still drive it. I said, oh, wow. So I can still get to my destination. So I was like, okay, that's good. So I'm going to be an extra 20 minutes late, that's absolutely fine. So, and then for the rest of the journey, I was a lot calmer.
Yeah.
I was a lot calmer, despite what happened. Because before that, I have to kind of reflect and own, okay, yeah, maybe I was rushing a bit. Maybe that was a wake-up call, just to say, slow down.
Yeah.
It's not that deep, you know, you don't need to lose your life over this. But also, just, I was thinking as well, again, a few years ago, I would have been annoyed at the detour. What if the A3 wasn't closed? I would have just gone my normal route and wouldn't have had to go around. I was driving in the countryside, all these windy lanes. I wouldn't even be here, you know. If that person wasn't going so fast, he would have seen me backing out because I was already out in the road, you know. So, but that's all of that is projected. Absolutely, it's outside of me. It's that person's fault. It's this person, you know, projecting it out. And where's my power when I'm doing that?
Right.
Not nowhere to be seen, really. I'm giving it away. And we can give our power away in so many different ways. And we can do it with people, with our exes, with our parents. We don't know how to say no. Or we are in situations where we're experiencing people violating us, literally. Violations. And again, we can choose to see it as this person is violating me, this person, they're always doing this to me, this person, but again, there's no power. So when you actually bring it back to yourself and think, okay, well, why did I allow this to happen? Why did I allow this person to impact me like this, in this way? When we start asking those questions and we come into self-reflection mode, that is when we're being accountable, and that's when we can regain our power. That's when we're in our empowered state of being. And every time we make those decisions, each time we do that, to say, actually, I'm not going to go on default mode. I'm going to take a step back, pause, breathe, become empowered, and then act. I'm responding, I'm not just reacting. And each time you do that, you're reprogramming your mind at the same time. You keep on doing that. In every single moment, there's always a choice. Be in your empowered state, or, lose it and be in victim mode. And it's not to beat yourself up. We all go into victim mode because we're human, right? So, going to lie, I was angry earlier. I was in a moment, I was like, oh my goodness. The guy said to me, it's only going to cost about £300 to fix that.
What do you mean?
So that's the point. And what I did, I printed out some sheets of just examples of how you can kind of affirm to yourself, moment by moment, to help yourself come back into your empowered state, basically. So as I read out each sentence, I just want you to, if you feel, just to kind of say it to yourself. You can say it in your head or you can repeat it out loud. Whatever. It's an affirmation, so it's literally just going to straight into your psyche, basically. So for the first one, if everyone could just take a deep breath. And relax, and just allow your body to relax, allow your mind to relax, and just sit. Okay. Right, so, goodness, it's hot in here.
Yeah. It is, isn't it?
For the first one then, I am aware that I always have a choice. Okay? The more I pay attention to my default reactions, the more I will learn about which thought programs I am operating under. I have the full capacity to adopt new, empowering thought programs. When my emotions become too difficult to manage, I know that I can always pause and take a step back into quiet, non-judgmental observer mode. That untouched state, I am not my pain or my discomfort.
Can you say that one again, please?
I am not my pain.
No, I heard you, but I
Yeah, we felt it.
Okay, let's say that again. Let's bring it back. I am not my pain or my discomfort. Okay? My emotions are an expression of my soul, but the purity within, the main core essence of my soul, remains untouched. I am free to tune into the eternal bliss at my center whenever I wish. Anytime I feel dense emotions, I know that this is an opportunity for me to release denser thought patterns and behaviour. I trust the natural healing process of life. I know that the only person who can clear my mind, heal my psyche, and reset my own consciousness is me. As it is I who is with me every single day, every single second of every day. I choose to prioritise becoming more self-aware. I understand that it is I who ultimately gives permission for others or external events to affect me. I choose to see others and my relationship with others as mirrors of how well I am honouring and loving myself. If I truly accept that everything is my teacher, then I know I will become more graceful at flowing through life's changes. The harder the challenge, the greater the victory, the deeper the blessings. The more I say these words out loud, the more I know my consciousness is expanding. The more I say, the new empowering thought patterns will still be running days, weeks, months, and even years from now. I'm transforming at a heightened rate. The more accountable I am for myself, the more empowered I become. So that's just an example of, I would do this work with my clients just to kind of help go with them to help them reprogram their minds, just so that they can remind themselves daily about being empowered. Now, this is why Tesso's book, she actually sent me an excerpt that was literally just exactly how I see things about accountability. It was like
When you
it was
act.
my mind.
Yeah.
I was like, we are actually the same.
Yeah.
Because it's deep. It's a deeper empowerment. It's a deeper level empowerment because you're actually able to take back the reins, if you like, of life really, and flow with it. And we are powerful people naturally, and I think we do need to be reminded of that. So that's pretty much it. Not bore you anymore.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Leanne.